Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is Mail Monday, a weekly series that's not so much about the gameplay, but instead is about your letters and my answers to them. I did want to get some quick feedback though. I usually choose Mail Monday gameplay based on how long it is. I try to get some of my longer games in here so I can get more questions. And I'd love to know what you think about using things other than Call of Duty, right? Would you like Mail Monday just as much or more if it were 15 minutes of Minecraft, Battlefield, Dead Space, Skyrim, or something else? Or does Call of Duty really help you like the show? So let me know what you think, and let's get started. Hey Woody, it's about time for me to buy a condom. Got any tips or tricks for me not feeling awkward while at the store? So back in the day, like many years ago, you felt awkward when you bought condoms at the store, and you felt like some sort of manly tough guy when you bought cigarettes. Now that position is reversed. Now you're the manly tough guy when you buy condoms, and you feel stupid and lame for buying cigarettes. So just get with it, man. You're fine. You're allowed to buy condoms. Keep your chin up. Understand that, girls just can't resist that Team Gamertag swag. And, this is the kind of thing that it involves. Chicks dig you. All right. But the reason I picked this, right? So you have to understand the process, right? I go through all these letters and I'm looking through trying to find questions that I haven't gotten before, questions that might be entertaining for the show, people that need help, right? That's sort of how I select these letters. And, I ran into a guy who said that he's having sex without a condom and he's having some sort of bleeding issue. There's another guy who said that he has a big issue because he just got his girlfriend pregnant and now her parents won't let them see each other anymore. And then I ran into yours saying, Woody, I'm embarrassed about buying condoms. And it's like, oh my gosh, you people, come on, right? If you think you're old enough to be having sex, then you are easily old enough to buy condoms without letting fear of what other people think of you determine, your actions, right? If you're ready for sex, then you are easily ready for walking into a store and facing a cashier. If you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for sex. So I guess I just want to sort of pound home, buy a condom, man. You have got to do this. It is part of the prerequisite for having sex. You know what? Let me go through the playbook of stupid teenager for you. This is how it works. This is what dumb teenagers do. Dumb teenagers, they have sex and there's no baby. And then they have sex again and there's no baby. And then they tell themselves, hey, look how lucky I am. Between the two of us, we don't make babies. What a wonderful little break here, because it turns out that I'm not fertile, or she's not fertile, or something along those lines is happening. And dodged a bad care package. And that means that we can keep having sex without condoms and I won't run into any trouble. No, dude. That is not what this means. What it actually means is that babies don't come every single time you have sex. What it actually means is that, you got lucky once or twice, you dodged a bullet, and you're following the stupid teenager playbook for someone who's about to make a baby. If you're sitting here doing this at 17, you are incredibly fertile and you need birth control. That is the deal. So, yeah, perhaps a long answer to this one. Let's keep moving. Dear Woody, I caught my friend texting another friend of mine saying they should trick me into meeting somewhere so they could beat me up. I'm stronger than both of them, but I don't want to get into any trouble. Here's my story. I'm 13 years old and I need your help. I'm in junior high, and I made this friend from 6th grade to the end of 7th, and we've been hanging out, walking home, playing COD. He was the complete package for a friend. So recently he started making other friends besides me. And here's the bad thing. He made them through me. He became better friends with them and started hanging out with them without even inviting me. Now they talk trash about me. The one friend that made friends through me, the Russian, is nice to me during school, but then after school, when I ask to walk home with him and stuff, he just ignores the text. And when he actually does walk home with me, he avoids me and takes the other route. And usually when he talks trash to me, it's when he's hanging outside with the friends he made through me. We've been through so many fights against each other, but recently we had a really big one. I was invited to party, and so was he. I didn't go that day because it was 2 days from Christmas and I was at a ski resort with my family. So him and the friends he made through me started talking trash to me through text. And somehow I got a big adrenaline pump and I felt like I could beat the shit out of anybody. So when school started, I beat up my ex-friend because he's the one who made all this stuff happen. I think he's only pissed because I hugged his crush because she was crying. Plus, I like her, and her friends told me that she likes me too. I was thinking about asking her out. So please, Woody, I need your help. So what we have here is a bad friendship, right? A toxic friend, a frenemy, someone who's occasionally nice to you and leads you on, and then other times isn't so nice. And that's crap. Like, I remember the first dog I ever had as a kid. We adopted him, her actually, and she did this thing where she was like overly nice, right? She kept coming back for more and more and more. She was a beaten dog. That's what she was, and that's not what you want to be, right? When a dog is beat, oftentimes that dog will, I don't know, go out of its way to be loved by you. That dog, when who it should be is someone who says, you know what, if you don't treat me right, I'm going to get some distance from you. If you don't treat me right, then our relationship is over. That thing we have going on, that's done. But that's not what beaten dogs do. What beaten dogs do is they just sort of come back for more and more, trying to be even more loving, more gentle, more caring, more super dog, so that they can finally win over your affections. That's not how you're supposed to work, right? That's not how Team Gamertag goes down, right? When someone doesn't treat you right, they don't get the super nice extra version of you. They fucking lose you, dude. That's how this goes down. Forgive the bad words. I'm trying to emphasize it, but you don't sit around and hope that somebody changes their opinion about you. You don't sit around and just dream of them treating you the way that they sometimes do. Instead, you say, you know what, this is unacceptable. This thing we had going on is done. And that's where you need to be. And in your situation, you've got such a nice spot, right? Because it's hard to be alone, right? Everyone has a hard time being alone. You could be in prison and, surrounded by murderers and rapists and other terrible people. And the way that they punish you is to make you sit there and be alone. It's tough. I get that. But you've got this girl, right? It seems to me like this is your ticket. This is your perfect opportunity to transition from these toxic friends who you don't really want to be around in the first place to, this girl, right? And you can start hanging out with her. Heck, maybe she has a girlfriend and let's see, maybe she has a non-single girlfriend and you guys could become some sort of, I don't know, clique that hangs out, right? The four of you can be your own social group and you're good to go. That's how I see this going down. I think it would be great. And I think it's where you need to go next because what you got going on right now is not good enough, right? It's not good enough for you. You deserve better. Friends that don't act like friends, you dump them. You don't need them. So recently I started dating this guy. We had been talking for about 3 weeks, and then he asked me out. He's my first boyfriend, and he's the first person I ever really talked to seriously. My friends tease me for being late on this because I'm 17, but that's aside from the point. So let me take a quick break and say that her YouTube profile has her picture on it, and no pedo, but she's a beautiful young lady, just to inform the story. No pedo, let me stress that. My big conflict here is that I don't think I like him. When we first started talking, all of his friends came up to me and said stuff like, "Oh my God, you guys need to date. He likes you so much," and stuff like that. I was a little overwhelmed at first because I'd never received this kind of romantic attention from a guy before. Initially, I wasn't sure I liked him, but he's a super sweet guy, and I found out we have the same taste in music, in video games, and lots of other things, and I convinced myself to like him. I ended up telling myself that I liked him, and then I told my friends, and then they told him, and then he asked me out 2 weeks later. It happened way too fast, and I completely regret it. He likes me so much and says the nicest things to me, but I feel uncomfortable around him. I had my first kiss with him too. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't good. I could tell he was nervous, and I wasn't expecting it at all, and now I feel super uncomfortable around him. I don't know what to do. The logical answer would be to break up with him, but he is so nice, I don't want to hurt him at all. And from what I've seen, pain is involved in all breakups, and I don't want to be another bitchy girl that dumped a nice guy. I could really use some perspective here. Alright, so we have a beautiful 17-year-old girl who plays Call of Duty who's about to be single. I'm pretty sure I can get you 650,000 boyfriends if you want them. But more seriously, let's look at this thing. He's a nice guy and you don't want to hurt him, but he's not your match either. Yeah. If you want to break up with him, then don't string him along, right? Don't drop hints that you want to break up. Make a clean break. do it yourself. If you do it yourself and you're kind of nice to him and you know, you're just kind of honest and straightforward with him, then you know you guys could even be friends after this. It could be a good thing. You know, you could be on good terms and say, yeah, you know, he was a good boyfriend. There was never a problem there. He just wasn't my match. If you have somebody else break up with him, there's so much more likely to be these like negative feelings. You know, don't make a joke out of it. Just, you know, do it. Break up with him if this is your goal. Break up with him and say, you know, like, look, I just don't think we're a match. You know, you're going to be fantastic for somebody, but you're not for me. You know, that's how this goes down. And yeah, so I wish you the best of luck with this. It's kind of a tough spot to be in. You know, it's weird breaking up without like cause, without this kind of identifying event, the thing that caused it to happen. I see where you're at. You know, it's weird, and you know, I see the hardship you're in. I wish I had more words of wisdom for this, other than the sort of, you know, don't be wishy-washy about it. Don't lead him wondering, you know, how he can make this better, how he can get you back. Free him up to go find a happy relationship and be somebody's perfect boyfriend. You know, that's your goal there. So best of luck to you, and I hope you guys enjoyed Mail Monday. All right, now a couple of recent videos you might like. The top one is a Michael Jackson dance contest. You know, and someone wrote me on Twitter and was like, Woody, what were you thinking, this acts of desperation? I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking I could either sit there at my table and do nothing, or I could stand up, have fun, live life, and act like nobody's watching. And that's what I did. And it was a really good time. And, you know, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. So this is some poor poser going up against Woody's Gamertag in a dance contest. Watch it for fun. The bottom one is a Skyrim highlight. This is a suggestion from you guys where sometimes you don't want to watch like a whole 6-hour video. Maybe you just want to see a good part. Here it is, Skyrim highlight. This is the kind of thing that we do in my live streams. If you enjoy it, then come out and check out the next one. So have a good day. I hope you guys like the videos.